Ladies and gentlemen, my first guest tonight is the star of Baywatch, the most popular show on the planet. Here's a clip of him in action. Please welcome David Hasselhoff.
Sometimes you do things you regret.
Yeah, I love the slow motion run.
Where did you find that clip? Oh my God!
What? You were doing a dance called the Hasselhoff.
That was called the Hasselhoff. It's sweeping the nation like the Macarena.
Yeah. People enjoy it. Now there's a lot to talk about here.
Yes.
Exciting news. You sold Baywatch.
We did. We sold Baywatch to the Brits. A company came in, put a few.
How much?
550 million.
That's crazy.
I didn't get all of it. I didn't get a lot of it.
You sold the concept of putting attractive women in bathing suits for $500 and how much million dollars?
Well, it wasn't me. It was All American, who actually were my co-producers. They sold the money, took the money, and flew away and left me running in slow motion.
Right.
But it's still going well. The new company are terrific, and we're starting our 9th season, and we're trying to actually bring on Baywatch, kind of the new generation.
Are they going to stock it now with British Baywatch women? Sort of really messed up teeth.
Yeah, very white.
I love you, Mitch. That was wrong, and I apologize.
That's right. You know, this show goes out to the UK, because I saw it over there. Yeah, whatever. I'm on the promo over there, yeah.
They'll never find me.
They'll never find me.
No joking aside, though.
No joking aside, why are we here?
This is a serious interview show.
Okay, sorry.
You're on The View now.
Yeah.
Baywatch has started sort of a worldwide phenomenon. I heard that you actually you started a small cultural revolution in Iran. Is that right?
I read in this newspaper Ayatollah versus Baywatch, and I read about these two guys who actually went over to Iran, and they were interviewing people, children mostly in their teens, of what shows they watched, and they said they watched Baywatch and Melrose Place and 90210, and they said, well, you can't get it here. And they said, come here, we'll show you something. And I also got this verified one night at dinner when I was in Aspen with the late Shah of Iran's family. You know, they live in Aspen.
That's who you hang out with in Aspen?
Well, no, actually they were just at this club, and
you seem to be getting very nervous now.
Well, I hope
push the camera in.
I'm watching.
So you and the Shah's wife.
Anyway, yeah, me and the Shah's wife. Anyway, these guys went over and they interviewed these kids, and they said, what do you watch? I said, Baywatch. And they actually put it on satellite.
Oh, they get it illegally?
Illegally, and they sell the tickets. And then they went in, like they would go out on the streets and they would say, here's, you know, we sell tickets to Baywatch for 25 cents or whatever, and all the kids would watch Baywatch. And then they went into Tehran, the park inside, you know, like Central Park.
Right.
In Tehran. And they interviewed the people, and they they said, they had the little shows, and they said, what's your favorite show? They go, Baywatch. And then, Melrose Place, 90210. And they actually pulled back their shawls, and they had blonde hair.
You mean their veils? Their whatever. Their
veils.
The women, because they're not even supposed to show their face there. That's stunning.
They were showing their hair, and it was blonde hair. So there's basically, because of you know, Baywatch and these shows that they think what really America is about, it's kind of starting a little bit of a revolution.
Right.
It's bizarre.
You do promotion over there too? Do you do talk shows?
Yes.
When you go into foreign countries, what's that like? What kind of questions do you get?
Well,
what's the weirdest question, say, you've had on a European talk show?
The weirdest question is, one was, are you the Antichrist? And I said...
Oh, you've been asked that already?
Yes, I am. And no, and the other question was, oh, no. Some guy in Czechoslovakia read that on the internet.
What kind of question is that? Are you the Antichrist?
I have no idea.
Right.
I have to sit there on television and try to answer that. And then he followed it up with, do you like dogs? And I said, you know what? I quit. And I quit. I walked off the show. I said, let's go out and get a beer. This is bizarre. The next day, it went all over the world that I quit Baywatch, and my father called me and said, did you quit Baywatch? And I said, no, I didn't quit Baywatch. And he said,
you just quit that show?
I quit the show.
That talk show?
Yeah, so the guy goes out and puts it on the Associated Press. David Hasselhoff quits Baywatch on my television show.
And that's worldwide news?
Yeah, if I stay on the show, no one cares. But if I quit, it's worldwide news.
Yeah. No, that's stunning, though. But it must be weird. Wherever you go, people must react. Do women, wherever you go, think that you can personally make them a Baywatch babe, that you can just point to them and make it happen?
No, not really.
Really? You don't have that power? If you wanted to, I mean, you're David Hasselhoff. You could point to me and say, you're the new Baywatch babe, and we just make it happen, and I'd be wearing a bikini in like 30 minutes.
Yeah. You are the new Baywatch babe.
No, I don't want that.
30 minutes. You heard me.
That's not what I want. I just was using that as an example.
No,
oh my God, I think your breasts are growing. All right, we got to take a quick commercial break. We will come back. We will deflate my breasts, and we'll have more with David Hasselhoff, so stick around. With David Hasselhoff, and you used to be, of course, on The Young and the Restless. That's kind of where you got your start.
Played Snapper on The Young and Restless. Anybody remember that? Snapper?
Okay. Yes. Now...
25 years ago.
25 years ago? Really?
Yeah, I had a lot of hair then. Yeah.
How old are you now? That was 25 years ago?
45.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you were, what, 9 when you did that? I can't do the math.
Yeah.
I'm confused now. You were on that show, and you said in an interview somewhere that it was on that show that you learned the secret to high ratings. What's that?
When the ratings are low, the clothes must go. And I was always in bed with my wife on that show. I was married with Snapper and Chris, and every day we get our script, and we were always in bed. Mm-hmm. And I'd go off, and I'd help the kids in the ghetto, and I'd come back, and we'd go back to bed. Mm-hmm. And that was like...
would they just show you, if they showed you walking down the street, you'd be in a bed?
I would be in a bed, yeah. I would wear my sheets like a little toga party. And,
do you think that really works? Or is it that? Because it can't just be that simple. I mean, if Andy and I were nude, our ratings would go in the toilet.
Yeah, it wouldn't work. Well, it's kind of worked on Baywatch, you know, because every season, like we're in sweeps now, you know, we try to go for the ratings. So how do we get ratings? He said, well, let's see, what shall we do? We go, aha, shark. When the ratings are low, one cast member must go.
Oh my God, you're evil. You're pure evil. Well, you forgot you're on TV for a second and you showed your true nature.
Well, you know, the sharks are hungry and...
Oh, God.
You know, and...
Is that how you decide if the budget...
We do paper, scissors, rock with the girls and the guys, you know? Paper, scissors, rock, and if you win,
you're so lucky you had it and the guys, or you'd be in so much trouble.
You're right, yeah. You see how that came in there, you know?
Man, is it really that vicious?
Yes. No.
Oh, man. Oh, good Lord. Well, let me ask you about your, you got another project coming up. Did you ever open the Baywatch restaurant, by the way?
Yeah, we're opening in Times Square in 12 months, in Orlando, and also in Las Vegas, and at the Universal City Walk. We finally got it together. It took us 3 years, and it's going to be an interactive restaurant, Baywatch Live. Lots of fun. And
what do you mean an interactive? All restaurants are interactive. You ask for the food and they get it. I mean,
that's about what it is, you know?
It's an interesting concept. It's interactive. I want water, they bring it. Woo.
We're going to actually do that. You can actually do scenes with people in Baywatch. You can ride jet skis through like cyberspace. You're going to...
While you're eating?
While you're eating. And,
people better know the Heimlich there, I would think. Just because his hoagie's terrific.
You can do CPR while... Get that sandwich out of his mouth.
And if a shark should get one of the diners, that's the way it goes.
That's the way it goes, you know?
Someone doesn't want to pay their bill on time.
That's right. If there's a star on your menu, watch out for the shark.
Oh, man. All right. And I'm curious about your latest project. Is called, it's for Fox.
Right.
You're playing a comic book character, they told me.
Right.
Nick Fury. Is that right?
Yeah.
Actually, this is the comic that it's based on right here. This specific one.
It's a Marvel comic book character created by Stan Lee that was quite big back in the 60s. And he's kind of a combination of John Wayne and Kirk Douglas and Burt Lancaster and
Mitch Buchanan.
Mitch Buchanan. It's
Right.
a really cool character. It's on the 26th, and it's kind of like Knight Rider meets Man from U.N.C.L.E. because he's got his little base called Shield, and he's got a patch over his eye and a cigar, and he's got lines like, you know, guys like you tend to cling to the bowl no matter how many times you flush.
Nice chap. All right. Sounds like a fun guy to hang out with.
Well, he's a fun character to play, really.
Do you still ever get out the old Knight Rider tapes and watch them and go, wow, those were the days? Do you do it? You ever get them out?
Get them out, you know. I'm actually I went on the internet the other day to try and collect all the Knight Rider dolls and the cars, because if you guys have any, they're worth a lot of money.
Oh, and you want to get it away from those people?
No, I want to keep them. I gave all mine away.
What a pussycat this guy is. There are any children out there with those toys. They might be worth something, so send them to me free, see? But
no, I watch the tapes. I love the show. I like to bring it back as a feature, you know?
When they called you, you were a young actor at the time, you were doing The Young and the Restless, and they called you and they said the idea. Tell me what it was like when you first heard the idea for that show.
I was actually on a plane, and Brandon Tartikoff, who was the head of NBC then, saw me and said, I think this guy looks like he should test for the role of Knight Rider. So he sent me the script, and I looked at the script, and it was about a talking car. And I was on The Young and the Restless, and I kind of wanted to get off and do something else. And I read the script, and it was like this. I knew it was the one. And so it was like glowing in my hands. I just knew that it was the one.
Because it was about a talking car?
No, because it was...
What made it glow for you? The talking car, or...?
Could have been what I've been drinking that night. I don't know. But it was glowing. But all I know is...
You're holding a hubcap, David. Oh, sorry. It was glowing.
I know. I just believed in the project because I thought it was the American James Bond with the, instead of the horse being Trigger, it was the car. And
cool idea.
For a couple of weeks, I made everybody call me the Knight Rider. So when they called me on the telephone, they had to say, "Is this the Knight Rider?" I said, "Yes, it is." And I believe.
So you lost your mind for a period there.
I lost my mind, but I got the part.
Right. Well, Nick Fury airs May 26th on Fox, and of course, Baywatch is syndicated all over this spinning blue globe we humans call Earth. David Hasselhoff, give him a hand, everybody. Thank you very much for being here. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with Triumph, the Insult Comic Dog. Stick around.